I got this new flavor and strain. It's called popcorn lung. So, as opposed to popular belief here, everybody has to mention that this Brittany, what's her last name? Reamer or Raymer or whatever. Anyway, the basketball WNBA player. Everybody has to mention that she's black and gay, right? Listen, plus she's in the WNBA. So people are like, oh my God. I mean, if she got paid like LeBron James, because he makes $41 million, whatever the fuck it is, right? And they're like, she only makes $220,000 or $250,000 a season. That's why she has to go to Russia on the off season to make money. What? How much are you making? I mean, if you were making $220,000, just say $200,000 a year, would you have to, on your vacation, I'm just saying, when you had time off from work, would you have to go to Russia and work your same fucking job to earn more money? I mean, really? Well, because LeBron James makes 41 fucking gazillion dollars a year, $1 million a year, right? Because he makes that for playing the same game, she should make that? And like, also, the Pledge of Allegiance is fucking garbage. I don't give a fuck about that shit. The Star Spangled Banner, whatever, the national anthem, I don't give a fuck about that either. You know what I mean? And yes, when they mentioned slaves in the national anthem, they were not talking about the enslaved people that were in chains in America. They were actually talking. It was a metaphor about being enslaved to Britain, being taxation with no representation. That's what it was about. But after, they took that out because, I mean, I get it. But anyway, so I don't give a fuck about that shit, right? But this woman was vehemently, right? Is that it? Vehemently anti-American. Listen, I talk a lot of shit about America. I talk a lot of shit about America. But you know why? Because it can be better. I'm not saying that America is all trash. No, it's good. You know what I mean? I mean, it's changed a lot since I was born in 1970, right? It's changed a lot since 1990. Never mind 1970 and 1950. I mean, sure, is it where it should be or could be? No, I don't think so, And do we have more work to do? Yes. This is a marathon. This ain't a fucking sprint, And everybody like, oh, fuck America, blah, blah. Okay, like, fuck parts of America for sure. I agree with you there, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, all this, I don't know, this fake patriotism and shit, you know what I mean? This fake anti-patriotism. I mean, it doesn't even matter, right? You can be anti-American. That's the thing about America. You can be anti-American, right? And yes, our government should still help her. Whether she likes the Pledge of Allegiance to the national anthem or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we should help her. We should help the other guy who's out there. I forget what his name is. It escapes me at this moment. But he's been in for like 4 years. You know what I mean? And his situation is a little more like political grab. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But it never stops me from talking about it, right? Yeah. Also, I want to address, whatever. I don't want to fucking address that. But yeah, I don't get it, and I have a lot of well-meaning friends, and they all, well, she's a black, gay woman. I'm like, oh, so you mean American? She's an American woman, right? She's an American woman. Isn't that what we were striving to be at one point, right? Like, I understand the whole, I'm not, don't not see me because you're colorblind, or whatever. You know what I mean? I get that type of thing, but I mean, honestly, isn't this the type of world that we're supposed to be going for, or the type of country we're supposed to be going for, right? Like we don't have to mention that she's black and gay. She's a fucking basketball star in the WNBA. That should be enough, right? She's an American woman, and people know who she is. I never knew who the fuck she was, but, whatever. I don't follow any of that shit, so I, like it. So if I had one of these, or if I had several of these, because you know that she's brought them every other time that she's gone to Russia, right? But there were no sanctions that America put against Russia, and Russia didn't invade Ukraine, where we're fighting a proxy war against Russia, right? So every other time where she probably brought several of those, because she's there for some weeks, right? So a couple months, right? So she probably had enough to last her, right? And she's probably brought them every other time, right? The oligarch that she works for, who pays her, he no problems, come right through, right? But this time it was different. You know what I mean? This time it's a crime. I don't care if you smoke. I wish you would, but the Kremlin has a different idea. They got different thoughts about that shit, right? So I mean, and if it was you or I who got busted, that was my point. If I went through there and I was going to be there for a couple months, and say I had 8 of these, or even one, if it's illegal, it's illegal, right? It was like that in America. It was illegal for a long time, and you couldn't get them, right? I don't know why I'm looking over here. It's fucking weird. But anyway, so if it was you or I, and because we're nobody, I'm nobody, we get busted for this at the airport in Russia, Moscow. No one's even going to know our name. No one's going to hear about us. They're not going to say, oh, Adam, a cis white male who badmouthed America. Now, you wouldn't even hear about me. You wouldn't hear shit. And I'd be there like, fuck. Be in the gulag, Just who knows, right? Like, what the fuck, man? Sometimes, you're in the wrong place, the wrong time, doing the shit you've always been doing, and you get caught up. I mean, that's it. That's it. You get caught up doing shit sometimes. Is it unfortunate? Fuck yeah, it's unfortunate. I hope she cuts home soon. I really do. But if it was a white man, well, the white dude's been in there for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? The white dude's been in there for fucking 4 years, right? And he didn't have any weed on him. So, and if it was LeBron James, right? Yes, LeBron would probably be out. Plus, LeBron got his own jet, right? Yeah. And let's face it, as I said before, she's no LeBron James. Hence why she doesn't make however many millions per game, But my point is, she didn't have to go to Russia to supplement her income. She's making over $200,000 a year, people. And the people that are saying this to me, like, well, she's struggling. Like, how much are you making, motherfucker? When was the last time you had to, you counted change to fucking fill up your gas tank, right? I bet you she hasn't in a long time. So, just saying. Have a great day, everybody.
Oh, fuck.
Enjoy your Saturday. What are you saying?